Hello, welcome to Lori's DIY Life. So it's Monday morning, and what I want to do is, at least for August, I don't know how much longer than that I can go because I don't know a lot about mixed media, but at least for August, I want to do like Mixed Media Monday, or even Media Monday if we work with certain media and it's not mixed with other stuff, but you know what I'm getting at, anyways. So today, and I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I bought this thing. It's the gel press, and I think I've only used it once. I used it with inks, and it's supposed to use acrylic paint. I didn't have acrylic paint at the time, and I don't even know if I had a brayer or not. But anyway, so we're gonna work with that today in acrylic paint, and then we're gonna see if we can jazz it up. I don't know if it's gonna make for a long video or not, so I'm just gonna pull out my pad, and you can see I don't even know which side that stuff is on. Looks like it's on this side. Okay, there is already something on here. I don't know if that's just from marks. I don't know if that's from when I used it before. There's like some kind of hole or something in there. I don't, air bubble. Maybe that's from the other side. No. Looks like maybe something was pushing in on it. Well, we'll see what it does, if it does anything to the papers. And so what I did, the first time I used it, I used full sheets. You can see it's not straight, so something's messed it up a little bit, but we will still work with it. I used full sheets of paper, and then I cut those papers down and made, back size. Well, this time I'm not doing that. This time I want to be able to use as many possible ways as to do it, different colors and stuff, without using up all the paper like that. So I went ahead and cut my papers in half there. I don't know how many. I figured if I need to cut more, I will. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I did 4 pieces of paper, and I just cut it in half, some bigger, some smaller, or whatever. Just different sizes for backgrounds, or whatever I decide to do with them. I did mean to get my stencils in. I didn't grab my stencils, so let me just put you on pause and I'll get my stencils real quick. Okay, so what I got was these. I gotta go on a stencil hunt and find all my stencils and put them all together in this binder that I have for them, but I haven't got around to that yet, which is trying to get everything in. But I think I will use this one, and this one, and maybe that one, and maybe that one, and I'll just leave those with that. So the this is a Fun Stamper's Journey gel pad. I wonder if I need to take this other off so it'll goosh right. I'll go ahead and do that. I was gonna leave it on just for tidy's sake, but what the heck, let's not worry about that. I have the Spectrum Noir, and then I got some cheap acrylic paints. I think I got them from Amazon. It's just a little set. They look like they've been through the ringer a little bit here, but I'm just gonna these are the ones I'm gonna work with. I do have some other ones in there, but I thought these are small and little, and let's play a little bit with them. So, okay, I'm going to start with, I'm just going to do some yellow, and I'm just going to, and I saw one video, and basically, okay, I guess this takes it off. There we go. Basically, they're saying don't go getting expensive paints for this. It's not worth it. Blah blah blah. So I'm just gonna spread the paint with the brayer. You saw that didn't take much paint, and see, it covered all of that. Okay, then you can just come in and put your paper down and pick it up. And now you've got yellow background. Okay, that's all right. That's good. Now it's supposed to be that you come in, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spread this out some more, because that's part of the thing, is that it's drying, but I don't know, it's not completely drying or something, I don't know. But we did yellow. And let's do a little bit of red. And I'm going to put a little bit less down than I did of the yellow. And let's spread some red. And then let's put some orange. And of course, it's going to depend how you want your colors to be. How thick you put them. I thought this was orange, but the paint actually looks brown. But let's just stick. It's kind of watery, so it came out more than I thought it would. Okay. Now, supposedly, and let's find out if it's going to work right. Supposedly, we're going to pick up all the colors. It's supposed to reactivate the colors underneath, so we should still get some of the yellow. Well, I don't see that. Maybe a little bit. Well, I don't know what that was I put down, but it's got like some sheen to it. Oh, okay. All right, so now we got these colors in. Now I'm going to take some blue and drop some blue in. They're not going very far. At first, the yellow did. Let's put some green. Now, once we add green, oh, look. That green looks blue. How is that? I don't know. Maybe I needed to shake it and mix the colors. Okay, let me get... What is this? A different green? Okay, a different green. I'm just thinking maybe I'm not putting enough paint on here and getting it thick enough on. See, to me, it just looks green. We got a little bit of that brown in there, but mostly it's just green. So I'm either not putting it on enough, or I'm not doing it right. Like I said, I don't know this stuff, and I'm just learning along with everybody else. Okay, there's quite a bit of red. Okay. And this is either blue or purple. It's purple. We'll put some purple on. Now here's what I want to do. Now I'm going to take the stencil and I'm going to put it in here. And I'm going to lift it up. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing down here. Then we take the paper and we put the paper in. And they say the more you play with this thing, the more you'll get from it. So, let's see. See if this turns out like it's supposed to. Yeah, it did. It's still a little rough. I mean, I'm just not getting the coverage that I want. So I'm obviously not putting enough paint down, or this paint is just not going to work. So let me put it thicker. And see, you can go online and you can watch these videos all day long. And they make it sound like, oh, just do it. And it's fine and it'll work. And that's no problem, and just do it. Okay, now we got these colors. Now I'm going to take that same stencil, put it in here, and I'm going to take some of the purple, which just happened to be thicker, by the way, and I'm going to go over the stencil. And see, it doesn't look like that's going to work either, because it's not filling in those holes. Okay. What about if before I lift it, here we go. Because that purple now is going to be on the stencil, right? So we should get the background colors, and then we'll get the purple from the stencil. Let's see. All right. So that sort of did something. Okay. Now if we take the stencil off, we really got to go back over it with something because there's no ink. My paper's really picking up the ink. It isn't leaving layers. It's really picking it up. So maybe it's the paper I'm using. I'm not using a watercolor paper. I'm using just some cheap paper. Well, not copy paper, but it's that stuff I did that review on. Okay. Now we can take the stencil off, and those colors underneath the stencil should still be on, and the purple will be under. Let's do this part. It looks better over here. There we go. That's much better. I don't see different layers and different colors of layers though. Not at all. Let's put some yellow in here and see what we get. Whoa. That yellow sure did want to come and play, didn't it? Okay, yellow. We'll come over here to this side where we already got, where we had some left over, and just see if that makes a difference. Maybe they weren't pushing their paper in so deep. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Now I could see other colors in there, but I missed this spot, right? So can I take it back, and will it look all right? Okay. That is showing different colors now. There's yellow, a little bit of orange. There's some green down here. You can see red or orange there. Purple. So now you can see, now I'm starting to get some of the other colors in it. We're supposed to be able to, let me see what other colors I got. How about blue? Just got to put more color, more paint down, I guess. Get it to react to the other paint, I guess. This looks like it'll be interesting right there. So that's my last sheet of paper that's already colored, or cut, I mean. Okay. Yep. That shows so much more color and stuff in it now. You can see purple and yellow, and it's really pretty. I like it actually very much. Now I'm not going to want to clean it at all. But You can't leave it. I don't think you can leave it. Smoosh that and even it. Did that work? Well, not really. But this right here is so pretty, and this is so pretty. And I'm gonna wreck it. My hands are ruined. I mean, not ruined, they're pretty messy. Let's go in for another layer. I don't know if we can layer it. I don't see why we couldn't. Some of the ones we're not happy with, like that one, why couldn't we layer that? That gives it a little bit of something. Alright, let me put some more paint down and come back in. Redo that one. Let me put some yellow. It needs brightened up. So we'll put a bit of, oh, this isn't that yellow. This is whatever that color was. But we'll do this over it. It's kind of a mustard, sort of like a brown mustardy color. Let's get these other colors activated again. Okay. Oh, now that is a much better. So I guess they could get layered just as much as the pad can. That piece right there looks really pretty. This is interesting, but you know, let's put another layer on it and see what happens with it. Let's do some of this yellow for that. But how about real yellow for that? Just about out of this yellow. But they're just little tubes, and I know that, and I knew that. So I'm not really a painter to be painting with acrylic paint, so okay. Let's bring this back in. Oh, see, that's a much more interesting. I might try to get a little bit more in the middle. Let's see. Why couldn't we just take a piece? This one didn't get very much color, but it's got shine on it. I don't know if that's from what was on there before. I don't know. Let's see. How about some white? The white. May not do anything, but let's try it. It's just white, but it'll get the other colors wet again, right? Supposedly that's how it works. Now that is a much more interesting. It's pretty much green. It really is. I'm just going to keep dabbing it. And dabbing it. And dabbing. And dabbing. And dabbing. Okay. That'll work for something. Leaves. That should work for leaves. And I'm not super happy with this either. So what I'm going to do is take... I just don't think I'm that impressed with that pattern. So I'm going to take more of the white, and then I'm going to get all this activated again. It's already dark, so really I just kind of want it toned it down a little bit. And it's going to be green. That's going to make that orange brown. I don't know what green does to purple. It might just make it another brown. So we'll find out. Now this time, we got some white still showing. So maybe we'll just end up lightening it up. So it just kind of put a light green tinge over it. That did not impress me. That's not... Yeah. I'm not super impressed with this one, with the white. But you give it a try. Okay, so now let me move this out of the way because I got something else to say before I end the video. I'm not saying that I did this right because I don't know if I did it right or not. Some of these I really like. That one turned out interesting. This one is probably one of my favorites, and I don't know if it looks like very much on the camera or not, but there are colors coming through it and stuff. And you know, you always gotta, this just was yellow, but you always gotta experiment and you gotta take time and do things. This one, actually, I like this one quite a bit because what we gotta remember is our background papers, or we're gonna cut something out with it, right? But the thing to remember is that just because this is what we got, and maybe I'm not real happy with it, doesn't mean I have to accept this, right? We always have things that we can do. I can go over, you saw I did layers, and then, you know, well, I did the stencils and whatever. Here's one that's dried out. Oh, this one's got different colors in it. You can see the yellow and the green. Purple, dark. This might have been what I thought the blue was. But the blue kind of is doing the same thing too. So there's always something we can do, right? There's always something that we can do to make our papers prettier. And one thing you got to remember too about acrylic paint is that it's very matte. There's no smooth or shiny. That's why when I got this one and I saw the shininess, there's a little bit of shimmer in that, and I was like, what is that? shimmer. There's no shimmer in acrylic paint. It's usually very flat. So just because that's what you get, that doesn't mean that's what you have to settle for, right? We can come in and do things. This is Nuvo glitter drops. I'm not going to use it like a drop. I'm going to use it. I didn't mean for that to be so thick. Just kind of like a glitter pen. And I'm just going to follow some of the lines and just add a little bit of sparkle and shine. And it doesn't have to be neat or tiny or perfect or anything, because we're just adding something to a background paper. Just a little. That's the way I wish I hadn't done that one so thick. Here, let me take that. Now I just want to do straight lines really on this one. Just something we can come back so later on. There's a little bit more to the paper. You know what I mean? A little bit. I would follow lines in the print, or, you know, it don't have to be perfect. But just something so that when you go to look for a background, you know there's something there. You'll see a little sparkle and a little shine. You can do that. Or, how about some Gilding Flakes? If we put some Gilding Flakes, and let's say this one, because this one I want to wait, because there was a little bit of shimmer on this color, and I want to wait and see what happens with that. So let's do this. I've got a Nuvo glue pen. It should work, I think. This one seems like it's got shimmer too, so just take and make lines in it to dress it up. And it doesn't have to be big lines, it doesn't have to be little lines, it could be whatever you want it to be. I just want it to kind of dry a little bit. I did have my heat gun ready, but it seemed like everything dried by itself so quickly. I'm just going to take a little bit out because this stuff is very messy, and that's a tiny bit. Usually I do it over a piece of paper or something so I could put the rest back in. I don't know that the Nuvo yet. It looks like the Nuvo is going to work. Uh-oh, that was still wet. It can't still be wet. It's got to be kind of dried and tacky. So even though this is looking really messy right now, it won't in a minute. You'll see. And you can follow the designs and the marks that you have in the paper. I just put marks wherever I put them, but see, this got like that because I smeared the wet glue. And I got another one right there, and I'm going to try to get some of the flakes off of here. On there. There we go. The flakes end up getting all over everything. But I love Gilding Flakes. They're one of my favorite things. I just smeared the glue while it was wet, but I still got other spots. And if you're die cutting something with it, so I need to do a better job on one of them, right? This was the one I wanted to look at because of the shimmer, but I don't know if I was wrong. This one, I don't think I need anything. That's the Nuvo drops. Let's see. This has some pretty good, just kind of wrinkle lines. So let me try showing you with that. Just go along those lines. Just follow the lines. I'm trying to keep it low or, you know, small, but this pen is not a fine line pen. Okay. So now I want to let this dry because I don't want to do like I did last time. I just want to let it dry a little bit. And we could always do glitter. Ooh. I wonder if it's too late to do the glitter. Silver and yellow. I don't know about that. Well, let's try it. Oh, this isn't even opened yet. I need something that's already open. Or I am going to be stuck up in the dew. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do this because this is glitter. And I don't know if it's going to stick on the stuff. Oh, well, a lot of tacky glue does stay tacky until you put something on it. Oh, that was a little bit bright. I don't know what kind of background I would put that on. I'm just gonna take, but even that brush ain't gonna do it. I need one of those soft, like makeup brushes, you know. But I wanted to go with some little less show off, but this is just to give you ideas anyway, so. That's really pretty glitter. I'll have to use this glitter on something because the colors I can see in it are amazing. But it has stuck to the paper and everything. It definitely needs to be cleaned off. See where that Gilding Flakes stuck to my fingers because of the glue and the... Alright, so that didn't turn out so great. But for a background paper, who knows? It is a very pretty glitter, though. The colors, you just see the green, but that is not what it is. This needs to be on this. Ooh. Alright. So, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put some of this on this because of the colors. And let's see what it does. I'm just gonna put little specks here and there. I went camping this weekend and I came back with a headache. And I'm taking ibuprofen and it's been working for the most part, but the headache keeps coming back. And I feel it wanting to come again. I probably should have done it even more speckly than I did, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to... here. This is going to be one of those things where we won't know until we're done, huh? I'm just trying to make sure it's covered because now I can't tell where I've got the glue. So I'm just going to cover the whole thing. Wow. It's just that it's sticking to the paper even where there's no glue. And the good thing about this too is, hey, if I want to come back and put more on it, I can. Well, I can't necessarily take any off, so you're always better off starting with a little bit and then coming back and adding more later on. See, I need to clean my hands so that I can rub it off better. But if you can see it, I don't know if you can tell, it's just in some spots where I was light enough, it's just barely in there. So this could be something when I go to use it, I can add to it, you know, depending on what colors I'm using and stuff. But I'm liking that right now. All right. Now I gotta get the glitter back in the bottle. Glitter is always so messy to work with. You know, the Gilding Flakes are too, but something about glitter. Okay. So this is our first mixed medium Monday. Next week it's going to be embossing powders. I have a kit of embossing powders, and I want to try doing one of the projects that came on the kit, seeing if it works. I mean, we've seen how this worked. I like this one. I do like this one. Just got to get all that extra stuff off, and then I'll come in and put probably more. That one, I wasn't paying that good attention. This one could definitely use it, but it's got some pretty spots. I don't know. All right, anyways. So next Monday will be embossing powders, which will be heat gun, different colors embossing powder. I don't know if I'm using stamps or die cuts or what, but we'll need some kind of glue or something to keep the embossing powder on while we emboss. So we'll see that one, how it turns out. But that'll be next Monday. And that's it for now. So if you like my videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. At 200 subscribers, I'm doing a swap. If you want to join the swap, please do. Of course, that's not going to be till I get to the 200 subscribers, and then we'll go into the details of all of that. So anyways, thank you for joining me, and I hope you'll join me again. Bye-bye.